Fucking hell. Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2 from the Axon Exmas Cup. Wait, okay, let me get this right. The Exmas Cup. Team Alpha X and Team Axon have come together, as well as some other players, not on either of the teams, for a big invitational, $1,000 in prizes. We're in the playoffs. Future versus Cham. Oh wait, I spoiled the whole intro bit. Oh, so many exciting things were going to happen in the first minute, and I just spoiled them all. But, in the bottom right, for Team Alpha X, that's the Alpha X logo, right? Yeah, what am I saying? It's Future. One of the best Terrans in all of North America. And the same idea for Zerg. From Team Axon, it is Cham. The Mexican Zerg player against the American Terran. Alpha X versus Axon. Christmas spirit of blood and death and strategy and tactics and skill. All my favorite things around the Christmas season. TVZ, everyone's favorite matchup, and Protoss are like, but I like PvP, and nobody likes Protoss, and that's why. I think, actually, I don't know, I haven't seen Future in a bit. I've seen a lot of Cham. Cham's still strong, not having too many breakout performances, despite still being one of the top players on the ladder. Future, kind of the same way, always looks sometimes like they're one of the best, but then not as consistent in other matches. We'll have to see who comes out on top. But always exciting, one way or another. Both of them I think of as like early or mid-game players. You rarely see them letting the game just go 10 minutes without anything significant happening. They'll look for a timing, and then they'll lean on that. And we'll have to see which player leans on it first. Oh, I'm sorry. The Reaper. Killing one Zergling, getting two! A second Zergling, he's going for three! Oh, he missed a shot! That larva just blocking the bullet, jumping in front of it. And this is a perfect opportunity to use... Jimmy, get the meme binder out! Get the memes! Oh yes, I know the Reaper, but... Tell me this isn't true. Okay, bring it up. Dare I commentate? Yeah, he racks up 4 lings. Alright, it's time to leave. With Hellions behind, a few more lings coming up. It doesn't look like a significant choice, just enough to block out the Hellions. Branda! Oh, they just run by. But Cham, I'm sure both being on the same server and both being near the very top, they've played each other a ton. And what a YOLO Terran move. He was very ready to just run by with that. In Cham, I think those Zerglings were playing the player and not the matchup. He must know that Future has a tendency to just run the Hellions in. Because, essentially, you run the Hellions in because most Zergs will call your bluff. Most Zergs will say, well, the Queens will stop the Hellions and they'll take damage so they won't run in. But some players occasionally will run in. And Future went for it, but Cham already had the Zerglings. He pulled back in time. But these players, so far, obviously know each other very well. Down goes the Ovi. Cham shouldn't be supply blocked from that. Yet he is. I say with already going into angry coaching mode. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. When I see... Oh, he's making spore crawlers, thankfully. As the Banshee comes up. Some players will try to avoid it, but getting 4 spores probably because the lair hasn't even started yet. If there's a Cloak Banshee and there's no lair, that's your only detection. So he needs detection on all parts of this. There's no Hellbat push coming in behind it. A Baneling Nest is complete. It is defensive. Cham's going to be getting nearly to 60 drones in 5 minutes. He's got a few more on the way. The Hellions looking for an opportunity. Of course, the Overlords see it as well. Brenda's knitting crew, small yet fierce. Gonna zone him out, and I don't think Future's gonna commit to anything at this stage. No reason to risk him. He's thinking about it, pulling back. Delays the creep, but for how long? Meanwhile, a 3 Rex push is coming together. Is there a third command center? I don't know. Winter, is there a third command center? Is there any way to Are you blind? There's a third CC. I was wondering. It felt like a little late to be doing a push if he didn't have a third CC. But he's got +1/+1 on the way. Stim is complete. Combat shields coming up. Future. Roast the drone towards the force, slowing things down a little bit. Now what's going to be the choice? Are we going to see Spire, Hydroden, or straight to Hive? Spire is the choice from Cham. But there is going to be quite a window, especially if Future sees this. If he spots the Spire timing, I think it's almost certain he will attack with 1/1. If not, then he'll probably... Well, he'll probably attack, but with less commitment. Like, not bringing everything together, maybe doing some drops. But you gotta suspect the Spire. The lair is done. Baneling speed is nearly complete. Though, with no Banelings on the map, it's hard to tell. Banelings now finishing up. A whole lot of them. As Cham prepares, he's got 66 drones, full 3 base saturation. And here comes Future across the map. Where are the medevacs? The medevacs are not out yet. It's kind of an important part of all this. Brenda! What, Karen? What? He's backing off. He doesn't have any medevacs. Is that 5? 5 more Rex? So we're going from 3 to not 5 total, but 8 Rex. The Octo Rex. Never miss an opportunity. The Octo Rex plays. The Spire is about to finish, but against the Octo Rex mass bio build, this is that sort of mid-game timing I'm talking about. Like, we're not worrying too much, and it's not even reactors. We just got the Rex for a little bit of extra Marine production, pump them out, and put them on the field. There is no armory. There is no armory started. There is no intention on +2 attack. There are no more SCVs in production. There are just Marines, tanks, and medevacs, but mostly Marines. So, against a Mutiling Bane build, it's definitely capable of being deadly. It is going to come down to control. The Marine count is upping 10 at a time. Double-digit Marines every 30 seconds. Less than that for a Marine, but we're rounding out. Getting through the rocks, the Mutas gonna fly over. Both players see each other here and start getting very concerned. The Mutas will fly away. Obviously, the Mutas cannot fight this. They'll pick off a Hellion or two, but that's nothing compared to the sheer amount of Marines that are going to be parading across the map. A turret is on the way, but there's enough Marines back at home just popping out of the wrecks. One Muta almost goes down, starting to spread on to the creep. Future establishing himself, spreading the tanks out. He is on creep, and 1/1 is done for both sides. 2-2 has not started. That mid-game fight is going down. The Muta count, 13. Enough to pick off small groups of Marines. Queens being targeted. The creep is receding here, so if Cham wants to pick a fight, now would be a good time before his creep gets pushed back too far and he's not able to close the distance. Future still. He's supply blocked, unfortunately, at 165, and he's looking the other way as the Mutos, Lings, and Banes crash into the front of the attack. Cham starting to take a bit of a supply lead here, mostly in drones. The tank's on siege, and Cham pounces. But retreating behind the rocks is Future. He took down one set of them, trying to target fire down Banelings. Good luck, that's a lot of Banes! And Cham just rolls through and knocks out Future of Game 1. Future did a strategy that relied on microing his Marines against Banelings, and I'm gonna be honest. He didn't really micro his Marines against Banelings. All it took was a quick supply block and looking away for a split second and everything crumbled. Cham with a decisive win in Game 1. That puts Cham, I believe this is a best of 3. I hope that I'm right about that. Cham with game 1. And now this is not a good sign. Jagannatha. Jagannatha. The long map. Yes, I feel... Oh. Wow. Oof. Cham is aggressively drone scouting. But guess what he's not... Oh, wait. He sees it. It's so far out, though. Cham is not having any of it, but the SCVs are... RNGesus does favor them. Another SCV is being sent out. That's not ideal. He finishes 1 Rax. Future doesn't... He's now mining gas, but he doesn't have gas to just build a Reaper, which is sometimes how you recover out of this. That is... not great. A 1 Rax proxy is not the most dangerous thing after being scouted this early. He's going to have 1 Marine, then he's going to build a Reaper. The bunker's kind of like, come on, hey, I'm still here. Hey, you haven't won yet. What do you think you're doing? The problem is Future and Cham both know this is mostly just posturing. There's no way that bunker actually does anything besides be mildly annoying. And possibly get an SCV killed. Overlord looking for a pervert pillar. The Speedulas. Not gonna make the difference, as there is just a high ground location there. Oh, in comes the Reaper. We're back to Reaper versus Lings. Does not find a drone. But the thing is, remember Cham did drone scout. He did have to pull drones. Like, it's not just a total loss for Future. It's not great, though. I won't lie. Like, believe it or not, guys. I won't lie to you. Not good to get your proxy rack scouted before it finishes. But if there is an overreaction, then it can tilt back the other direction. Maru has shown this many times in the past. That just because your proxy racks either didn't work out, got scouted, whatever, doesn't mean the game is over. But 4 Zerglings attacking you when you have no units at home definitely doesn't help either. So Future is going the entire other direction, which is probably his best opportunity. Which is, now that I'm no longer proxy raxing, I'm going 3cc. I'm going 3cc. Which, if he gets away with it, is one of the best ways to recover from here. Now, Cham, on the other hand, is doing a Nidus all-in, based on the Nidus. And also the fact he got a lair so quick with a Roach Hornet. I think there's a better than even chance that Future just dies. But we will see. Like, if the Nidus gets scouted, if the first 2 Niduses get shut down, here's the problem. Cham can put a Nidus, like, at the 3rd. And as long as the roaches get close, then what is there to defend? There's going to be a Banshee, but a Banshee doesn't just insta-kill roaches. It takes a while. And also, you know, it's going to be worse, because he doesn't actually see the Nidus. It's in his base. This is about the worst case scenario here. Yeah, this is terrible. We're going to go to the future action cam. Oh, surprise!
Surprise, motherfucker.
We're here! Revenge! Oh, this is not good. I have no idea. Future's super dead. There's nothing. He has nothing. He just has... This entire game, he has had nothing. I mean, you can try, but... There's just 2 Banshees is something, I guess. But he can just pop some more queens out. GG taps it out. Cham takes it. You might be like, Winter, best of 3, it's all over. But no! But no, it's not all over because of our bonus match. Our bonus match that we get. Which, ruining it for everyone. Spoilers. Dricket sent me game 3 first, then game 2, then game 1. And neither of us is very literate. So I played them in that order. Which means we get bonus game 1, which Future wins, but like and if you are like, I didn't want to know who won. Okay. I didn't want to know. Well. Too bad. So Cham has won the series, but game 1 is on Submarine, and Future... I have no idea how... let's see what happens, but... Submarine is the map that you're supposed to veto as Zerg against Terran. Because it's so small. Small map. Very small map. And, like, they just walk across. They walk out of their base. They'd hop, skip, and a jump, and they're at yours. Jagannatha is like 3 submarines stretched out like a catering table. To mix some metaphors there. That's... So this is going to be a best of 1 where both players have 9 points, right, Jim? Yeah, there we go. And this is for the 10th point in the series. Because we're here to show good games. I will say, to break the 15th wall, I usually know who wins. I didn't actually know who won this series. I do now. But I usually know who wins, but I want to show good games for the fans. So if you're watching right now on YouTube or on Twitch or on all those other exciting streaming sites that I'm on, which shouldn't be any because then they're stealing my content, so don't watch it there. But then these are good games for the fans. That's the summary. And if you're watching live, make sure to use that code with the bracket command. If you're not watching live, well, that's your mistake. Subscribe with Amazon Prime for free, and then complain, Winter, you're a vampire, and I'm European, which is where most of the vampires are, so that's weird. But I can't watch you live because I am a real person who goes out in daylight. And I'm like, okay, Daywalker. Then just subscribe and tune in to YouTube. So. And that's what I have to say to you. Also, another point. Why do we let them choose green and blue? Like, I never, like, why are these the colors? Both look like they blend in with the damn terrain. And the worst is when they switch colors between series. The Koreans, it's like the Korean players for the ESL Cup, which usually we do from replays. And part of the reason I was encouraged to cast ESL Open from replays is because Korean players pretend they don't speak English well enough to invite people to lobbies. Which I know for a fact for some of them is bullshit. But, like, they'll have the lobby, and they'll be like, casters, and then you have 4 seconds to join before they start the game. Because they're supposed to let official casters, but no. Occasionally, other more English fluent pros will do that as well. because players do want to just get into the game. But the Koreans are particularly impatient, I guess is a nice way to put it. But neither of these players Korean, so we're here just annoyed by the... Is he gonna... Oh my god, he got a drone. How crazy is that? A drone... Cham's probably lost this game. Honestly, I'm gonna make the prediction right now. Cham loses this one. He lost a drone on Submarine. It's over. It's just all downhill from here. Yeah, and we're doing a Christmas Cup, and we don't even enforce green and red, which are the official colors of Christmas. TM/copyright. Come on. I see the future. Don't you? Liberation is at hand. Cham loses scouting Ovi, but I don't know what he started here. Maybe a Roach Warren? What has Future seen? He's seen nothing. Double Evo Cham on the way. So Cham gonna try to play a more macro-orientated build. Which, good luck. Future has gone for the slower third CC. Still before his additional racks. But not focusing on getting it before he gets his infrastructure up. Liberator shows up to the party. The drones proceed to leave the party because they're not good friends with the Liberator. The Liberator murdered their family. But don't worry, the Hellions are also here. Now things are getting a little heated. Liberator turn... Oh, wow. Some maneuvering to get the other side of the mineral line. Liberator does die to the Queens. And Future's just putting together his production. Now, 1-1's going to be a little quicker for Cham. He's got some more drones, but that's not a huge difference because mules exist. The mules even it out for now until Cham's over like 60 drones or so. The creep spread's starting to reach out. It seems like a lot, but that's only because the map is tiny. Single Hellion scouting forward. Rocks being taken down. But Future is putting together... Once he gets his medevacs out, he's going to have combat shield on the way. He's going to have +1. It's halfway done already. Cham is going to have that upgrade advantage. He's starting Baneling speed, which should be done. It should be done by the time a push comes. But we'll see if that makes the difference. And I think it's very likely Future is going to be pushing. I mean, that's what this entire build is. You get 3 rags, you get 1-1, you get we already saw the Octo-Rex. This is the Tri-Rex build. The triple threat. No, that doesn't really indicate. It sounds good, though. It's like we need, like, wrestler names for builds. Alright, wrestlers or superhero villains. Not heroes, but villains. We got Hellbat Man burninating the countryside. Double bubble banshees. Okay, we gotta stop thinking about this and start thinking about this push. Baneling speed not being done. Baneling speed is not just speed, but it's also essentially combat shields for Banes. It gives them 5 more HP, which keeps them from getting one-shot by tanks, which is kind of a big deal. On top of just dying less easily to Marines. Here comes Cham. Baneling's trying to come in from the back. Future picks up and gets out with most of his Marines. The Baneling count is at 0, which is not enough, and while the tanks go down, and Brenda's knitting crew help to push it back, there are just no more Banelings. And with no more Banelings, and besides those 2, ignore those. Target fire is there. More Banelings finishing. Future target firing them down as well. A few will finish. Oh my god. And doing his very best. But he does get enough of them. Imagine if it was like 3 Banelings instead of 2. Whoa. Well, Future wins the bonus match on Submarine. It was that one drone kill. That was really the difference. And I told you, all downhill from there. Executes the push and really shows us. Imagine if that push took 20 more seconds to get there. That's it. That's the difference. That's why maps matter in StarCraft 2. That's why we have the whole veto process. Because on Jagannatha, that push gets there. They're 20 more. Bailing speed is done on the first round of the attack. And then the attack probably doesn't do very much. So. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like and subscribe. Check out Team Axon. No, not Axon. It's the Axon Exmas Cup with Team Alpha X and Team Axon. And you, a loyal fan of it. All good StarCraft. Like, subscribe, check them out. Ring the bell. Prime Gaming. What else we got? OnlyFans. Yes, check that out. These amazing videos. Those ones. Don't use plastic bags. What do we got? Maybe, no, that's it. That's all we got. Thank you. Good night.